like that. Yeah. Hey yo, listen.
Drop it low to the flow. Oh.
Like it like that.
Yeah. Oh. Are you ready for this?
All right, welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive.
It's great to be here.
Today, we're tackling group dynamics and team building.
Oh, yeah.
And this is something
It's something we all do
that we deal with
every day.
every single day.
Whether you're at work or home
Right.
or just in any kind of social situation,
Absolutely.
this stuff matters.
Yeah, you've sent in some really interesting materials
Yeah.
from the World Federation of Hemophilia, talking about group dynamics and team building, and then also this article on managing group dynamics.
Oh.
All super relevant.
Let's jump into this with a thought experiment.
Okay.
So imagine you've crash landed on the moon.
Okay.
Your spaceship is toast.
Oh.
And all you have are these 15 random items.
Okay.
You're going to have to rank them as a team
In terms of survival.
in order of importance for survival.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Could you do it?
Mhm.
And would your ranking match NASA's?
Interesting.
Yeah, we're going to find out.
Okay. We're going to give you all the information.
Yeah.
You're going to have the knowledge to not only survive on the moon,
Yes.
but also to navigate any tricky group situation
Ooh,
back here on Earth.
I like it.
Let's start by defining group dynamics.
Yeah.
What is it?
So group dynamics.
Yeah, it sounds a little...
It's a fancy term.
That's like...
But it's basically just
Yeah.
the patterns of interaction that emerge in groups.
Okay, so we've all seen those roles.
We have.
In groups, right?
Yeah.
You've got the loud talker,
The quiet one.
the one who always cracks jokes,
Yeah.
the person who's really organized.
Right. And what's interesting is that those often stem from personality
Uh-huh.
and past experience.
Okay.
So it's not just random.
So you're saying that, like, no matter who you put together in a group,
Wow.
you're going to see these same
To some extent.
three characters
Yeah.
emerge.
That's right.
Okay. So then the question is, can we do anything about that?
Yes, and that's the exciting part. Okay.
Is that these dynamics can actually be,
So it's not just fate.
it's not just fate.
Okay.
We can manage them, we can improve them.
Interesting.
And that's great news.
So, for example, if you have somebody who's a dominant personality
Yes.
and they have great ideas,
Mm-hmm.
but they kind of take over.
They tend to dominate?
Yeah. How do you manage that?
Right. Well, that's where a bit of finesse comes in.
Okay.
A skilled leader
Mm-hmm.
or even a mindful group member
Mm-hmm.
can acknowledge that person's enthusiasm,
Okay.
right? But also make space for others.
So you're not shutting them down.
You're not shutting them down. You're
Just sort of like you're guiding the conversation
Yeah.
so everyone feels heard.
So I could see how that would work in like a formal meeting or something.
Right.
But what about in more casual settings?
Yeah.
Like I joined a book club a while back and everybody already knew each other so well.
Yeah.
It took me forever to feel like I could actually contribute to the conversation.
That's so common. And it highlights how important it is to be intentional
Okay.
about how we welcome newcomers.
Okay.
Right? Senior members may not even realize that they're falling back into
Yeah.
established patterns.
Yeah, like there are little routines and things.
Right.
So how do you do that?
Well, the World Federation of Hemophilia material has some good suggestions.
Okay.
They talk about icebreakers,
Mm.
which, yes, can be cheesy,
Yeah.
but they work.
Okay.
They can be helpful.
Give me an example.
So, for example, they suggest asking everyone to share their favorite travel destination and
really?
why,
Okay.
or a valuable life lesson they've learned,
Oh, that's nice.
right? So it's getting a glimpse into people's values
Mm-hmm.
and their experiences beyond just their role in the group.
I like that.
Right.
It's so much better than just going around the room saying your
Right.
name and what you do
Exactly.
or, whatever.
Exactly.
And I bet even in an established group,
Yeah.
you could do something like that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And it would
Like hitting the refresh button
Yeah.
on your relationships.
Yeah.
Because we often make assumptions about people we've
Yeah.
known for a while,
Yeah,
but there's always more to learn.
that's true.
Right.
Yeah, and sometimes people change.
They do.
So you got to check in with them.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've got a good handle on group dynamics and the getting to know you phase.
Yeah.
But now let's talk about,
Let's get down to business.
yeah,
Problem solving.
how do groups solve problems together?
That's a great question.
It's not just like a free-for-all of ideas, right?
Right. It's not just a brainstorming session.
Yeah.
It's about structure
Okay.
and harnessing the power of the group, effectively.
So it's more like brain organizing
Exactly.
than brainstorming.
Yes.
Okay.
Both the World Federation of Hemophilia material and that article you sent really emphasize the first step, which is making sure everyone understands the problem.
Well, that's interesting.
Right.
Because you would think that would be obvious.
Yes.
But I bet people kind of jump into solutions before they're even clear about what the problem is.
Yes.
It's like that saying, if you want to go fast, go alone.
Right.
If you want to go far, go together.
I love that quote.
But if everybody's going in different directions,
we're not going to get anywhere fast.
You're getting anywhere fast.
Exactly.
So
that speaks to the power of diverse perspectives.
Yeah.
But only when those perspectives are aligned towards a shared goal.
All right. So first step.
Yes.
Define the problem.
Understand the problem.
Make sure everybody's on the same page.
That's right.
It makes me think about that book club.
Uh-huh.
Where at first we were just picking books randomly.
Okay.
And the discussions were all over the place.
Yes.
And then we started taking turns picking the books.
Right.
And having the person explain why they picked that book, what they liked about it.
And that made a huge difference.
That tiny little change totally shifted the energy of the group.
What's fascinating there is how a simple shift in process can unlock the potential of the group.
Totally.
And it sounds like you moved from what we might call the forming stage to the storming stage.
Are those the team development stages?
Yes, exactly.
You're talking about.
Okay.
Okay, tell me more about those.
Okay, so there's this model that outlines the stages that groups typically go through.
Okay.
And it goes forming, storming, norming, performing, and transforming.
Wow.
5 stages.
Okay, and so...
Kind of dramatic.
They are.
But I think really helpful for understanding where the team is at.
Okay.
And what it needs to move forward.
Okay, so forming is like...
So forming is that initial stage where everyone's a little awkward, they're figuring out roles, being polite.
Yeah, everybody's on their best behavior.
Right.
Yeah.
Then you move into storming, where conflict arises.
Oh, so it's not always bad.
No, it's necessary.
It's just like clearing the air.
Exactly. Like in your book club, once you started sharing why you picked the book, the discussions got more lively, maybe even a little heated at times, right? That's the storming phase doing its job.
Oh.
Right?
And then does it just stay chaotic forever?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
If a group can successfully navigate storming, they enter norming.
Norming. Oh.
Where they start to establish shared expectations, communication styles, ways of working together.
So it's like finding their rhythm.
Exactly.
As a team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think of it like your book club, agreeing to rotate who chooses the books, or that everyone gets a chance to share their thoughts before moving on to the next topic.
Okay, so then that sets the stage for...
We're performing.
Where the team is hitting its stride.
Okay.
Working efficiently and achieving its goals.
Like a well-oiled machine.
Exactly.
Now, what about transforming?
Transforming is that next level where teams become so adaptable and high-performing that they can redefine their purpose.
Oh.
Take on new challenges.
Really?
Essentially reinvent themselves.
So they've like leveled up.
You've leveled up.
Okay.
It's really inspiring to see.
This is such a helpful framework.
It is.
For just like understanding how teams kind of grow and evolve over time.
Evolve, exactly.
Are there specific activities or exercises that can help groups kind of move through these stages?
There are.
Okay.
So the World Federation of Hemophilia material mentions a really intriguing one called broken squares. Broken squares.
Broken square.
Okay.
And it's a puzzle-solving activity where groups have to work together under strict communication rules.
What does that mean?
They can't talk.
Oh.
They can't point.
Oh, wow.
They can't gesture.
Okay.
They can only pass puzzle pieces
my God.
to each other.
That sounds so frustrating.
It can be.
But also,
hilarious.
Yeah, you would learn a lot about your teammates.
You do.
In that kind of situation.
It forces people to pay attention to nonverbal cues, to recognize each other's strengths, and to find ways to communicate effectively.
Without words.
Even without words.
I feel like that's so relevant now.
It is.
With so many people working remotely.
Absolutely.
You know?
Across time zones.
Yeah, you can't always just hop on a video call.
Exactly.
So you have to be able to communicate in other ways.
Yes.
So that Broken Square's exercise is like a microcosm of what makes a high-performing team.
Yes.
So tell me about that.
What makes a high-performing team?
Yeah, like what are those?
So they master communication. They embody the 3 key areas that the World Federation of Hemophilia Material highlights, which are feedback and communication behavior, conduct courtesies, and how they approach tasks.
Okay, so let's break those down.
Let's do it.
First up.
Yes.
Feedback and communication.
Yes.
Those can be tricky.
They can.
How do you give good feedback?
It's about creating a culture where feedback is seen as a gift. Yeah, not a criticism.
Right.
But a way to help each other grow.
So less, your presentation was awful.
Right.
And more, like, hey, I was a little confused by that chart.
Right.
You know, maybe you could try it this way.
You nailed it.
Okay.
It's about being specific, focusing on behavior and outcomes, rather than personal attacks, and framing feedback as a collaboration towards improvement.
Okay, I like that.
Right.
Now, what about these conduct courtesies?
Yes.
Yes. So
it sounds fancy.
It does. Like etiquette for teams.
In a way, it is. It's about those small acts of respect that create a more inclusive and positive environment.
Okay.
So things like showing up on time, actively listening, not interrupting, avoiding side conversations that exclude others.
Yeah, you're creating that space where everybody feels safe to contribute.
Exactly.
Okay.
And high-performing teams go beyond just being polite. They hold themselves to a high standard of conduct, both within the group and when representing the team externally.
So it sounds like these high-performing teams are very intentional.
They are
about their interactions and how they
communicate. Yeah, and their overall approach.
So no more throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks.
There's a time and a place for brainstorming.
Okay.
But high-performing teams are more strategic in their problem solving.
So what does that look like?
It looks like
practice
being crystal clear about roles and responsibilities, making sure everyone understands how their piece fits into the bigger puzzle, utilizing effective communication tools, breaking down silos, cultivating a genuine spirit of collaboration.
So it really is like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
But even the best machines have to make decisions.
They do.
And that can be hard.
It can.
When you have strong personalities and differing opinions.
Exactly.
So how do they do that?
That's where consensus building comes in.
Consensus building.
Yes.
Okay.
Both the World Federation of Hemophilia Materials and the article you sent really champion this approach as a way to make decisions that everyone can live with.
So it's not necessarily like everybody's thrilled with it.
Right.
But they're okay with it.
They can get behind it.
Okay, but how do you?
It can be a process, but it's about recognizing that voting, while seemingly efficient, often creates winners and losers, which can lead to resentment and disengagement.
Yeah, people checking out.
Exactly.
Okay.
Consensus building, on the other hand, aims for maximum agreement through open communication, active listening, and a willingness to compromise.
Okay.
So you're not looking for
unanimity. But you're looking for
the
best possible solution.
The best possible solution
that everybody can
that respects everyone's perspective.
Okay, I like that.
It's like weaving a tapestry where each thread represents a different viewpoint.
I love that analogy.
And the final product is more intricate and beautiful because of that diversity.
Okay.
So it does take more effort. But the result is a decision that has buy-in.
From the whole group.
From everyone involved.
We've covered so much ground here. Group dynamics, team building, problem solving.
Those stages of team development.
Yes. Decision making.
Consensus building.
All this stuff.
All this good stuff.
And I think it's pretty clear.
It's clear.
That building and maintaining a high-performing team is no easy feat.
It is.
It's like tending a garden.
It is. Constant care and attention.
Put in the work to
see those beautiful results.
Speaking of challenges.
Yes.
Let's go back to that.
Back to the moon.
Lost on the moon.
Yeah.
Scenario.
Yes.
Remember?
You're stranded.
You're stranded on the moon.
Spaceship's toast.
Your spaceship is toast.
15 random items.
All you have are these 15 random items.
To help you survive.
And you have to, as a team,
rank them.
Rank them in order of importance.
This is a classic
survival
team building exercise.
It is.
It really puts all these concepts to the test.
It does.
Communication, problem solving.
Understanding different perspectives.
Yes.
And the best part is, NASA actually created this.
They did.
And they have a correct ranking.
Based on
their survival knowledge.
A real survival knowledge.
So this isn't just like somebody's opinion.
Yeah.
This is like
the expert.
We're going to put the NASA ranking in the show notes.
Yes.
So you can compare your answers.
See how you did.
See how you did.
How your team did.
But before we go,
yes,
I will leave you with this thought. If you can work together to survive on the moon, imagine what you can accomplish back here on Earth.
Right.
You know, we tend to think of the moon landing missions as just these huge feats of, like, engineering and science. Absolutely.
But at their core, they were also just amazing examples of teamwork.
Absolutely.
And think about it, they were facing
challenges
we can't even fathom.
Yeah.
Life or death situations.
Right. Limited resources, constant pressure.
Yet they managed to
stay focused.
Yeah.
Adapt to unexpected problems.
Achieve their goals.
Yes. It's really
incredible.
It's a testament to the power of a shared vision and a commitment to supporting each other.
Yeah, even when things get tough.
Even when things get tough.
It really puts things in perspective.
It does.
Doesn't it?
All those little office squabbles and family disagreements seem a little less daunting when you think about it that way.
So as we wrap up this deep dive
yes.
into group dynamics and team building,
yeah.
we encourage you to take what you've learned,
try it out,
and experiment
in your own lives.
Yeah, go to your next meeting.
Try out those icebreakers.
Try an icebreaker.
Practice active listening. Yeah, see if you can make a decision.
Yeah.
Using that consensus building mindset.
And if you hit a roadblock, or you're feeling frustrated, remember those astronauts on the moon?
Yeah, they didn't have all the answers.
But they had each other.
They had each other.
And that made all the difference.
Beautifully said. Thanks for joining us.
It's been a pleasure.
On this deep dive. And until next time.
See you later.
Are you ready for this? Oh.
Like it like that. Hey yo, listen.
Drop it low to the flow. Oh, oh.
Like it like that.
Yeah.